Bro, big mistake. You're making big mistake. The wave is good, but technique is wrong. Welcome, brother folks and folks out there. So we're coming back to some weekend. Yes, we got some character design sketching to do about the cast sci-fi fantasy story. So here we got plenty of character designs here from the cast. The main characters, of course, all female characters, or doesn't matter because this is the species that maybe they are only this type. No, there are actually some male types, but they are not part of the main cast. At least not for now. Have them on another set, but I'm not gonna. I would need to see how they would interact here in the medium. So here what I need to do, I have a total of 20 and some amount of characters, but many of these drawings are not very good. Let's just enable. This is Krita, by the way. It's a another one of those free software. There are others that are good, but for now I'm used to this one. I need to test other alternatives, but this one for now is comfortable enough for me. But apparently someone recommended me Sci. I think I've used Sci, but a certain time ago. I need to double check this. So for now, since I'm working this, I need time to check more stuff. Okay, so what the advantage of doing digital drawing for this thing is that, well, there are many advantages, but there are disadvantages, right? My table graphic palette is not that good, and it's not those that we draw on screen. Usually that would be more advanced, expensive, but also it might facilitate certain things. So here we can do what we can do. It can do some pictograms, yes. But no, it's not here. We're not here for this. We're here to improve these character designs. Maybe today I'll bring a few more. That maybe after this sketching. So I haven't been really drawing too much for lots of time. So if I do this on weekends, that shall be better. Okay, so here we can immediately screen. This is very important because then we can check some inconsistencies very easily. I hate this. No, this is the okay. So you need to flip them. Okay, this one is it's a little like squashed head, right? So so this is why I need some practice. Also very squashed. Also, yeah. So some here I really didn't like, so I need to be doing. So the advantage of doing this digitally, of course, is that we can create a lot of more layers if we know how to use the right technique. So basically here we're gonna, what's the name of this? I don't know. The Control R. Okay, I'll have to, well, there's another way. Maybe I can do some sort of masking. It's not evident how I'll be doing this. Okay, maybe I should. Okay, I have an idea here. Okay, so this could be a little time. So let's start one by one after I do this later. So we're gonna cut this Dorothy here, the main character, and we're gonna. Okay, I'm the wrong one, so gonna copy from paste here. And without touching the, yeah, so now it's good because it's a, so this is like 01 Dorothy. Okay, this can be this. So what that means is that now I can hide the whole set and just focus on as many Dorothys that I want. So you're gonna massively. Of course, I'm not gonna do this like that to complete this like no, we're just gonna have maybe today I do one or two, another day I do more and until I catch the real good stuff, right? Maybe there are one or other that are similarly good but for different reasons, and that yeah. So here I'm gonna do cast for now. Should be good if I can have one that is just a collection of the best. So probably this one will be the collection of the best in the future. And here we can, maybe you should lock this. Yeah, I should lock this, and so we can work on this one. Yeah, actually, why I'm doing this, we're gonna just work from here. Also, there's no need to economize. Oops, I can't move vertically. This will ruin the... Okay, so how do I move this? So I think I need to... Okay, hold shift. So maybe that... Yeah, so... I try to make the head in the middle of the square. Also, there's the head counter, but maybe it's not super important. We were seeing the reference here, so it seems fine. But if I want to... Yeah, actually... Let's just cut out. And then we're gonna... It's locked, so get this. We can place this at maybe the background. No, it's not merged, right? So it's yeah, can just merge this thing here. Can erase it at any time. Shift E, I think, no, Control E in my case, okay. Let's also get some... I don't need this description here. And finally, now we can return here. And we can hide this. This we don't want to hide, so here we can start finally. Okay, let's try to get good strokes here. From which distance should I draw this rough? Well, maybe this. So it's very important to have some feeling for the zoom. The zoom, is there a calculator for the zoom? Yes, we have here. So it doesn't need to be exact. It would be good if we could get an exact value, but can plus. Okay, the plus. Okay, this is good because we have these incremental fixed values. So I know that I don't want... yeah, so this is good because then I can lock... I can already know that I can lock a certain brush size in relation to that thing, right? Also, maybe I should read... This is a sketch, so maybe I can... I was having a problem with this opacity. I'd rather not touch that. What is the normal way of doing this? Ah, maybe it's because of this. Okay. I don't know which is the default here. This is not Blender that you can reset with tab. Okay, let's use this color, should do fine. And then we're gonna get whichever too dark. Let's get something a little brighter here. And so, yeah, that's it. We can already see. At some point I should try to do some other kind of drawings for this. Other poses, right? This is also good for practicing. In my recent approach to model sheet with grease pencil in Blender, I've realized that I could squish squash the muzzle, this lower part here, lower face a bit more in this character in the 3D. So that means that this, I believe, this eye here is too high. We can squash this more. I don't have the model sheet right near. It could be good if I can bring it. So we have a way to compare what I did, and this could lead to some further corrections, possible improvements, right? So this is like a long-term character design development, like for 3D adaptation, right? Also, it's good for having the fine-tuned model sheets in 2D, although for me this is not super important. It's not like a production for with a. Is that like I don't have a team, so I don't need to draw for the team. So this is why I don't. It takes too much time and effort to do a model sheet. I don't need for myself. If I was just drawing a webcomics, I just draw spontaneously. It works enough, right? But of course, this leads to situations where I am not sure of the ideal proportions in minute aspects often, but sometimes even in more crude aspects about the right for when doing something that needs more calculated, more analysis. And this is the case, of course, technical drawing purpose, when you're trying to do something like 3D animation, you need to model stuff and rig stuff, and then you find if anything it's too rigid language, right? Unfortunately, it has its advantage, of course, but it's very complicated. And so if we don't get certain things right from the start, it will be very hard to get them fixed later on. So it's super challenging if we are really inclined to make a very good stylistic adaptation. Actually, this is why it's very hard for me, for example. It always have been very hard, but for other reasons. The technology was not that good in the past in regarding, or the artists which were doing that were not very good in their skills. Maybe it's a learning process of the technology, right, over time. So but over time more creative possibilities were starting to occur, right? And then I started to like more and more the possibilities of 3D character design. Now that I'm doing CG art, right, 3D art in Blender, especially in Blender, I know that how hard it is to do this stuff, but at the same time there are a lot of it's very hard for me to find still today to find 3D styles that I really like. Like there are plenty of stuff that I love, but nowadays, but usually when I see mainstream stuff, even Pixar stuff, I won't say that, yeah, it's very good, the expressions are, the amount of expressions they get, but there is something that is just too rubbish. It's just too, maybe I'm forgetting something good. Maybe I'm being too, yeah, but there's this aspect, generic plastic aspect of, but no way I'm saying that the thing that Pixar, they improve the expressions in a big ways, right? So it's not like And their stories were usually very fantastic anyway, so so anyways, um, but that was this super rounded cartoon. Maybe I'm not updated, but this is my impression. If when I remember Pixar, I just remember I don't know what they'll be doing in the future anyway. So lots of other artists start to copy them, so it's become, maybe that's why they started like only them doing the good stuff or very big stuff, and then no, there were others, right? Certainly, always other, even independent artists which are doing their own stuff with quality or original quality, getting cartoon stuff and good in 3D, right? Okay, so here we got the leg problems already. Something about the torso that seems a bit too elongated already. But this is because I've made some, I think it was 6, something like that. Yeah, so anyways, and here I have this curvature that maybe it's a bit too exaggerated. So this is why it pushed the, yeah, we need to recalculate this. Yeah, if something is wrong here in this, not wrong, if something is a bit different here, it's not like something that will, the mistakes that I'm doing here at this point, they are not critical, like that, that this will make the character design fail. No, it still work, but with some inadequacies, right? Yeah, so I'm wasting too much time on structure here. This is not even comparable to warm up exactly. I need to use a bigger brush and just, yeah, if I'm not wrong, okay, here we need to make foreshortening, otherwise this pose will always feel wrong. So, but actually it's here. Yeah, it feels little bit wrong still. So yeah, I believe that the character design forces me to make a little bit expansion on the, yeah. So my intuition was correct. This, although it's lazy, oh yeah, I have exactly that. Now this is wrong. It's probably somewhere about here. We could half the half, and then this could be the new norm. But then I need to make sure that the leg test, right? Also, what's happening to this arm here? I shouldn't reach that far. Okay, so, well, the leg test is actually not too hard. Now it's just like the arc in Krita here. What do you have? We can't make an arc with the brush. I think there's no, we can make an arc with, what about this tool? I don't know the tools here. Never use this stuff. Oh, here's an arc, but is it a circular arc? Yeah, I think it's probably not the case. So this is better, right? Or we can also just use this one, right? So, for example, if we need to get from the middle, not the middle, sorry, actually the lower part. And yeah, this is exactly the good way, the height. So in order to, yeah, not too much above the hips, the buttocks, right? There's a line, the buttock, that could serve as reference. So I need to extend the leg, stretch the leg. So this is something that I believe I should already do, because I already felt this problem, and it's a little fix. It shouldn't cause too much trouble to solve in the character design, in the 3D model. Yeah, change the mesh, change the skeleton, change the boots. It's annoying, but it's not like whole the body. It's just the legs. It's bearable. It's not too complicated. After you do that a few more times, have to fix some bones, but usually stretch to bone constraint. Also, some. No, this is Blender knowledge. That doesn't matter here too much. So we got. The problem is how much. Yeah, so technically it's just the thigh and shin that will happen to be expanded proportionally. Well, this is kind of dumb, right? But since I'm in the digital, we can cheat, right? Like this, it's not the end of the world. I would redraw, right? But since we can do this, let's do a. Actually, no, I was holding shift. Yeah, so it's just this. Maybe a little more, okay, and then. So what just happened that I extended the legs. And so nothing changed in relation to the. It's logical, right? Of course, the foot. She's wielding, well, yeah, this is the character design, wielding the high heel boots. So let's consider she's not. No, this can cause some. Okay, I see a problem here. So actually, of course, when she's wearing high heel boots, she'll be a bit taller, right? So I need to find the character design as if she wasn't wearing these high heel boots. So I need to do something else here. Let's leave this brush here, this line. I need to see how she would look if I need to try to visualize if it will be. Let's just do spontaneous thing here. Yeah, I think here. Yeah, actually that is nice, because what will happen when she leverages is just that the hips also leverage, so it's like it's not just some more. Yeah, it's up, so it's like she'll become slightly taller. But what will change, of course, is that. Yeah, at the same time, it's like this will happen, right? It's like she will be on the tip of the toes. But if she were flat-footed, then it's like this, right? So you see? This is not flat-foot character design, and she sound too short, the legs. So what we needed to do is actually expand. Yeah, maybe I expanded too much. Maybe the idea would be to get. So if I had agreed with a few more subdivisions, would be interesting. But I think there is a problem, calculations here, that I need to try to figure out. We can't augment the subdivisions here. This is a bit tricky to figure out, right? Why I have this offset? Oh yeah, I think I did this because just to have this square here, right? Yeah, so what's happening is apparently there should be a third type. I don't see it, so okay, what if I do half of that? They start to become very hard to read, right? I'd like a third color, but I think we don't have this. Then we might need to use guides to fix that. So here I'm using not thirds, not tenths, but but okay. So if I can fix this offset now, all right. And now maybe I need to fix this one. Yeah. So we have moved the grid. We created a subdivision here, which is positive. Okay, these colors are fine for me for now. Let's bring the model sheet from Blender here. That should be an interesting thing to do. I'll have to take a screenshot. It doesn't matter. Let's show the Blender here. It's opening. Well, there it is. Yeah, Krita is in top. Okay, here. Dorothy. So what we need to do here is to hide everything here. We go for the model sheet. Since she's the main character, right? We can even do something. Yeah, I have Blender is bugged in this new version. So what we need to do here is to find the model sheets layers. This is the new, okay. This is where I think the legs are a bit too short. All right, then we're gonna, yeah, if I bring this clothing here, it will be bad. There are some interesting details, but no, we're gonna just try to get front and side view. Let's use the plus. Well, it should match, but it's not. Even this way is not matching. Okay, let's make manual match then. Let's disable everything we can here, except for this grid. Yeah, we'll have to take off all these distractions. and take the screenshot. Accidentally looks like I've deleted her head, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's a little problem, but it's not a big deal. So now we can probably bring this image here. And we can probably scale it from a certain reference. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on this one. Looks like that it is slightly I think this will match grids vertically. No, this will match grids, or maybe this. Looking, that seems good. And now I can try to match the grids horizontally, which seems to work. Okay, so this is a good reference, but the colors are horrible here. We need to change this. We can also take off lots of yeah, usually we would like to see the arm, so let's just do this. Oh yeah, here we want to leave the head like here. Yeah, we see the center, so this seems good, right? Saving. We can maybe do some tinting here. It's like add something like a filter. Yeah, it's a completely different interface, right? So not familiar. I know there's a add filter, yeah. Think this is not yeah, it's real time, okay, but it's not what I want. Yeah, I don't want to how to use this. Let's see something more. This I need a, oh yeah, we need some invert, right? Invert is great. Good. Okay, let's add this and apply. I don't know how to apply the layer. It's very confusing, right? Okay, let's just merge and see what happens then. Okay, that applied. Okay, so this is good just for reference for now. Not gonna be redrawing on top of this. We're gonna now address. Okay, so this is flat foot. So there are two possibilities that I see more immediately. Either we do the flat foot here or half of the half. And then this will correspond to the high heel boots, which will be make her higher, but from the floor, right? So not from the top, right? Or, yeah, this smaller height for the feet is a lot already for the extension of the legs. It could be sufficient, and this could be slightly. So it's very hard to predict here. I need to make more sketches and see. Sketch with high heel boots and vice versa, right? And see what feels better. So also the side view can help. We're gonna make a few more sketches, but we're getting the idea here. It should be. The problem is that is there some sort of note? Oh, sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm looking the. Yeah, I was drawing this complication here. We already are working here. Alright, so I need to close Blender and not save. Let's return here. And now we can continue here. Yeah, big mistake. Also, I forgot the timing. We need something like 45 minutes. Okay, so here we have a flat foot proposition. Let's look at the knee height. Intriguing. Yeah, here I made it lower, or apparently lower. Maybe a sketch mistake. They seem more like here, but yeah, it makes sense. Then bypassing this line, right? Middle of this. This is correct. We can get some accurate proportions from sketching here. It's like, okay. So this could work. Let's do another sketch here. Yeah, this distance could be ideal. We can even augment it to get a bit more precision. Let's get another color. Yeah, let's try the opacity again. Maybe it's... The problem was not opacity, maybe it was this normal thing that I was used, so okay, let's try to draw a quick sketch first, so you can catch some oh yeah, I need to draw like more loose right here. It will be better. Yeah, so it seems like... No, okay, I need to squeeze the torso from the side, so I need to not be too... Yeah, a bit like that. So yeah, more like this. So that we have enough height, the correct distance to place the hips, the crotch exactly here. Which could be a mistake, but this seems to be good enough in terms of the character design. So here is the big problem. So what do... Okay. Maybe okay, because I'm elongating the legs so that the flat foot will reach perhaps. So here is the question. It could be, because we are in doubt, maybe half of the half even. So this is where it starts to get really tricky. So this foot, we see that because I'm elongating the... We don't have anymore this, this is stretching. We could maintain here, and here we got a bit more than there. This sounds good proportion to me. Very good. Then we have this spacing for the shin, looks well structured so far, like a mannequin. And here the foot being this shape here, very simple to visualize. Yeah, but here I'm already drawing perspective, but yeah, it demands, right? Okay, so I believe if I stretch the knees like that, which is usually what I do, right? They are stretched, then there is character design which make them very compressed, but I prefer to stretch the limbs like that, including the knee height. So lot of structures there, right? It's a stylistic choice. Then what we get here is the possibility of having less space so the shin doesn't get too elongated, and then we can have the beginning of the foot. Yes. So that, and then the real height of the character will, it doesn't, like, it's secondary when she's wearing high heel boots. So here let's try a very quick sketch and see if we can get the feeling of, if I can get the feeling of the correct proportions, like in this kind of, as I draw on paper. Yes, it feels like that's the way that, and then with the high heel boots that will be even, yeah. So that's it. That's what's happening. But we need to pass the test. Yeah, I need to see. Oh yeah, pass the test. You see, exactly. Not ideal spot. Maybe could be a bit higher, I think, even. But actually, the circle, yeah, it goes a bit. We can go about here, right? Yes, this is perfect. This is massive, folks. So we got this got fixed. So this is a big mistake. So so it's like, We are talking about how much percentage of the character that is, right? Some maths needed here. Serious maths needed, like she... This problem corresponded to a proportion fix of about, if this is 100%, 750, and we need to add 25, like yeah, that's I can't do in my mind right now, but it should be very simple. I'll use a calculator, and even the calculator, yeah, let's do the rule of 3, then 25 is x, and then we have this, and then we have this. I'm back studying the basics, folks. Yeah. So then we got the balancing, and then we have how many times of 75 in 75 50. Yeah, let's do the... Okay, now I'll use a calculator. Okay, that... And 3.3333, so infinite. So we got this value. So this is amount of percentage. You see, if I miss a limb, this is maths. Good maths to apply to art, to the arts, right? Good stuff. If I miss 3.3%. If I miss already about 3% of the proportion, a mistake of 3% of proportion in the character design is already very incorrect. It leads to weird character design feature. It's a very small mistake, mathematically speaking. Figure out, right? 3.3%. It's about nothing, but that is sufficient to cause wreak havoc. That is not incorrect, like incorrect and not. Some people have some difference, right? But for the arts, that the kind of things that I do, of course, I prefer to have something that I can, right? It's not reality, so why not getting something? So yeah. That is surprisingly, that is a bit frightening, right? Maybe if I make an error mistake of 1%, that will be acceptable. So, but 5% is probably overwhelming for most parts of the body, and 3, yeah, it's odd. It can cause already oddity. Of course, we could also see that in terms of centimeters, millimeters, and this will depend, of course, on the grid. This will depend on the certain other established values, right? So okay, this I'm gonna erase. I don't need to keep this sketch here, because I don't like it too much. There's no reason to keep it. Oh, but there is. Oh yeah, I have already him. So exactly. So this seems valuable. Well, it's in the stream, right? But maybe I want to get it here for later. Very interesting thing, right? To have as a tell a story about character design. Look, if you miss just 3.3% of the proportion of the size of the scale of something, you're right. You're big mistake, bro. You're doing the wrong technique. All right, so now we can find the so the torso here doesn't need in principle any improvements. You know, I like this sketch here as it is. I don't like to pollute it, but it's very schematic. Maybe I can keep it as it is, like yeah, I'm not used the arms here, so I'm gonna squash all these things. So I am doing this preciosism with this particular car because Dirt is the rig model template, is the template for the others. So I need to get as good as I can. So we fixed one very interesting thing about the proportions. Here we can try to map out some serious stuff, but it's very visible, right? I don't need to. It's on my mind right now, but ideally, we'd like to. Yeah, so what needs to be clear is that here we have a half of a half. Maybe a bit less, right? But that should work, right? So here, this will not be this will be less than, probably less than that value. So this is bearable. There's some stretchability here that still should work, right? So here we don't need to be exact even in the model, but what feels better. But yeah, we're gonna in principle try to match that. Or yeah, I have to. No, the feet went further, right? But there's some. Probably with the high heel boots, she will be here. And so the question is more about. Yeah, but no, you see here, it's clear what's happening. So this is wrong. Yeah, there seems like there's a filter here. I can't draw on top of this. Very weird. Okay, so this line is... This thing is not good because it's too close. Here I need even more subdivisions, right? Yes, so it wouldn't be here anyway, so the good thing is really here. From here, yeah. Exactly. The maximum I could do here would be this. And then with high heel boots, we think something like... Depend on the design, right? But we can think... We could think this, right? These are very big ones in the... But sometimes I draw this. Yeah, it could work for her. So there is the middle here. Now let's just draw this here. Or there is... Is there some dashed line that we can use here? I don't see options for this. Oh, I see what's happening here. I don't know, it's this, nor I have to investigate, but anyways, this could be the thing causing some... No, I have no idea. Anyways, this is the brush. Oh, okay, this is a brush, and this is... Okay, so he did the brush at normal apparently. Dashed line, how do I achieve this? I don't like this big panel, can't understand anything. So this is the thing that I don't know, but more likely we want here. And here there's a little argument. So in principle, I'm accepting. Seems a bit too tall, but then it's about the leg also. Yeah. Yeah, and I already know it will not be here because here we got problems, right? Too close. So I think this is the maximum I can go. Yeah, we can do this with a circle. It's good to carry those, sometimes those things. We can realize certain aspects. Okay, let's now get back to the sketching. There is oh yeah, this height here. Yeah, almost got it. It's almost intuitive right at this point for me, so I need to remember to squish the yeah, my sketches are still quite rigid. Of course, I'm also drawing this stiff poses, but I need to yeah, this is a lot more better already. Inspiration? No, just confidence, because and sports, right? I've drew a lot of drawings already last week. Then I didn't draw anything during the week along. Then I'm back drawing this the next weekend, and so I'm getting warm up on the long run, right? See, on the short run, but it helps because start to exercise, right? So and this way, with this kind of practice, I've decided that in the weekends I will focus on drawing at least one day of the weekend, as I'm doing here, right? And this should be very interesting practice, because I've been doing too much blender. Even there's grease pencil in blender, but it's different here. This is a slightly more that different challenge here, drawing. Okay, here need to squish, right? Squish the torso, so that I was having this intention to make her larger torso. I think this is bad for the readability of the character in the style that I'm trying to get into. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, it's good to try to. Interesting. So maybe what I'm doing here is that I need to squish this even more so that I can, yeah, the very things here are, of course this is the front view, so it's slightly different, but looks like that this thing is wrongly positioned. Yeah, seems like oh yeah, you see this structure doesn't seem to be working very well right now. Yeah, this precisely. So maybe even this one we need yeah, the line is not flowing very well. So the height maybe two yeah, a lot of things are weird here there. Anyway, so we can, it's a model orthographic model sheet, is garbage. Very hard to draw in my opinion for this style. So here we're gonna, so here we see where's the, okay, so the knees will be about here, and here we got, so this is, there we got the flat foot here, right? The knee about here and here, so it's about lower than the, on the start of the fifth head, yeah, counting up from up down. We maybe augment a little more the start of the foot so that the foot is not that big, right? So we can have more space. Yeah, so slightly more. Yeah, so it's like lowering this line, right? Yes, yes, yes. So that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, and here is perspective, so we don't care too much about this other. And so here we may see that the navel might be about here, so this can go up. Not sure exactly where, but okay. The abdomen, then let's compare. We see that the structure of the navel here is not very nice. Why I drew that, right? It's hard to visualize, right? So, well, here got some navel structure more about here, right? Yeah, so you see, leveraging this up, squishing for the sides, and yeah, I can draw here, it's fine. This will be a bit hard to, yeah, let's do here. Yeah, this is much more likely. This is a very good rough for a stupid pose like this. And here, yeah, I'm not gonna draw the arm. It can be left like this. Then what about the breast? This region here is need to calibrate this a little better. Yeah, this is actually doing something that usually there's more space there. There's something. Yeah, need to be careful here. So the line here, yeah, we need to go up, but maybe not that up, right? So maybe just about this. And so I have leveraged the boobs a little more from the, yeah, slightly here, but yeah, okay. Yeah, this is like not needed because actually this will be for corrections, right? So to prevent confusion, we're gonna do this. I need some strokes here to realize better what's going on. I can override. Ten minutes to go. Maybe here we can use a better tool for this. Let's see, so I had this one. Now we're gonna use should it be this? It's not sure exactly. Yeah, so this and this. Okay, so it's very tiny amount of fixing, but this one is a bit more, right? Apparently this is a bit, goes a bit up, but this is not hard, not very easy to be certain. And here it will be interesting if you could get, yeah, this is the chin. Apparently with the squishing of the face you have a okay, this one is matching accurately, more or less, but then even this one a bit lower. And here, very interesting. Yeah, sort of equivalent, but actually this could be, yeah, we see that there's a slightly more squished also here. Here seems to be neutral. No, it's not, because you see this line here, so also it's very small amount, but this can change everything. For tip of the nose, okay, this nose maybe I exaggerated a little. So this one would not be easy, but the eyes here for certainly. This line is not be good, yeah. Okay, so I don't need to trace lines everywhere. We see the character is good. We can actually map. If my grid was a little better, so I need to try to get better grid here for Krita. Let's see if there's some sort of plugin. So it's like Krita guides could work. Dockers file under setting Dockers in terms of grid spacing colors. There are some requests for fixing the grids of the some files are making some codes, but it's not vanilla, so I don't know. Stuff from 2024. I don't know, I gotta take risk downloading anything here. Yeah, this is not super cool, so what I can do is to do what I already know. So we can try to we're gonna halve this. What can we get? Strange, this subdivision don't. Oh, hold on, it's trying to add some big square, but it's very hard to see. Oh, this is the big one. Okay. So this will be the dash, so I did it incorrectly. Ah, now we can have some... Okay, but it doesn't halve the pixels. That means that if I want to get less than this, I need to recalculate the... Okay, but this doesn't... Okay, but hold on. If we subdivide... No, there are again more crazy subdivisions, right? There's no help here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some easy trackable colors for me. Something like this. And so here we have a bit more. Okay, we see that centrals are good. So this makes quarters of the big head. And from here we can map certain things better, like we can try to see better this the bottom and top of the knee. We could consider they be exactly here, but this will be lazy. It's actually slightly on top, and this is slightly also on top of the middle here. These are very important things to... This one we could consider exactly here. Yeah, this... why this foot is... Okay, just wrong... Okay, time's up. Okay, so I need to... and this... Yeah, this is a very good character design to have in the collection. There's not too much, but yeah, this not delete, I guess. But this one is a good one to have. The face is very cute. It's very good to check quickly. So unfortunately, this I need to add some... Yeah, this will work just for this. We need to make more with the claw to the assets and everything. Okay, now that I have this... this improved grid, there's still the possibility of making guides for... I don't... This can be tricky, let's see. Okay, there's no guides. I probably need to lock guides. Guides usually are added by... the rulers. Yeah. So yeah, at least we can place them exactly there. but I show guides. No, it's not. Okay, now it is there. Okay. It is a bit too thin. Okay, exactly set there. Isn't there? Yeah, it doesn't have any lock guides. Okay. Wrong spot. If I've made a better subdivision from the start, instead of 100 pixels, I could already have. Now I don't know how to fix this. I could have better subdivisions. Can we? Yeah, and the problem is that we cannot have categorizations of these guides, so it's like layers of guides, so it's like they all have the same color, so this is probably not the best. Yeah, so you clearly lack some additional options for both grid and guides here. As unfortunate. Oh, let's remember. Maybe there is an add-on for Blender. Krita, I don't know. It should have, but I have to investigate more. But Blender, maybe there is some guide grid. Okay, I have to double check this for the sake of. Okay, that can work. So then we got this one is the it's the 750. Here it's not good. Wrong spot. Okay, and this for if any IT character. Alright, this is good enough. And yeah, we can show and hide. Yeah, we can just show this lock guides. Don't know, show rulers. Are these rulers any useful? Yes, they give an idea of the counting of. Yeah, this is actually relevant. As long as I'm not pushing. No, I cannot push and drag another, so that's good. How to hide guides. The guides, I think they are better for the, yeah, the grid is for the heads, but we still don't have the head at the special color for these countings. Few options. The guides are better for these peculiarities here, even though it might be hard to identify them. We need like a marker on the guide. Oh, this is about this feature. This one right down there is about this feature. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, actually it's easy. So I'm wrongly using the guides right now. No, using them poorly. But I got this idea right. So need to check Blender updates. Let's see. Gonna, yeah, so it's the last thing here to do is to check Blender extension, maybe add on improve grid. Oh, doesn't Blender have guides, by the way? Let's say like this. To improve grid guides, use a special add-on Grid Modeler for advanced modeling, or create custom guides for empties or wireframe meshes. You can use the... Okay, so there's a... Is that an extension? Doesn't seem to do what I want, but we got some... Okay. Ah, this can be better. Let's look at Blender now. I can already save this maybe. Okay, let's use the anything here, and let's look at these extensions. So it's like guide, no, grid. Okay, there's no add-on here. Grid, guide. Okay, no guide stuff, so it's about grid stuff. Chinese. Color, grid, texture. I know this is for... I think this is for texture painting. Grid layout tools to help your UV... No. Align horizontally mini. Align selected objects in a customizable grid in the... Not bad, should check this out. It might not be for grease pencil though, because it's... Yeah, it's not exactly what I need. Maybe it could hold some secrets, but adds the ability to quickly change between custom grid scales. No, it's not about scales exactly, but this could be useful. Let's look some documentation here. Interesting. And there is more. What is it's trying to do? Yeah, it's snapping to the new grid type. That is interesting technique. So basically, anything. This is I'm more interested. Yeah, this is useful for world building, modular stuff even. Yeah, this will be very useful. Then we have, I don't know what it changed there. That does it change some value there? Yes, this can be dangerous, but okay. The cool thing is that apparently we can customize the inter. There's a mini scale, right? Then what are those things that it's been written here? There's like what kind of thing is being manipulated here? Oh yeah, it's generating. There's no sound. Okay, so apparently we don't see what's happening, so it's not very well documented. But yeah, I get some idea. I think this is needed. This should be good. Yeah, maybe there's some more information that can lead to the adequate. So this add-on adds the ability to create a custom set of grid scales in the viewport overlays panel, and this is switch between them on the fly. Oh yeah, this is what I talk about modeling. This is but we need to remember what was the original setup. Maybe this is similar to options available in Maya and Unreal. Interesting. Okay, so this is very useful in sticking to increments across software as it allows you to set up custom. No, it's not for me. This for now. But inside Blender already is already useful. The default keys are the bracket keys. Oh, this is what they were. Okay, this is very important. And moving up the list. Which list? Maybe it's something there. These can be changed in the key map reference icon used for free pick. Updated to expose the key maps to the reference. Okay, so yeah, some bugs reporting. All right, so let's add this one. And then okay, we can configure, very nice. Okay, it's a good extension, I guess. And grid dimensions. Ah, it's about some maths thing. Yeah, this is actually good. Yeah, this is the heads count. Ah, yeah, good shit. I need for the yeah, yeah, but it sticks in the center. No offsetting. Just remember some 3D math graphs. You could do crazy stuff with this thing. No, there's a video here. Let's see what this can do. Yeah, they never make sound. Explanation, you know, everything like that is really helpful. Yeah, but can you okay, alpha is fine, but it's very good is because you can have the counting, so you have an idea, another reference of scale, right? Where you are in a... Yeah, those, both these add-ons, these extensions are really nice. This is community, folks. The power of community. I couldn't even ask if they could make this offset. It's weird option to offset. It doesn't look like... Oh wait, edge snap, no. Ah, there we go. Ah, the author thought of this. Yes, we have heads counting now. We'll have. That's very good. You need to always have some time to check on those features. Blender is getting better and better by the day. Soon Blender 5.0, which will change a lot of things, although not LTS. Yeah, this is real good. Chinese, I guess. This is very sci-fi stuff to have, yeah. Super cool, this one. There's some Chinese description, I guess. Ah, it's repeating. Sorry, folks. Okay, so we got... Yeah, there's some description to read, but here I think I've had enough. So we're just gonna go back here, and we're gonna also install this. And then we go back to the... And we have here, and yeah. Yeah, let's just check again for the... Yeah, this, yeah, I'll add after I make some tests, should remember. Let's just read a few more features, update notes, optimize dimension level, the orthographic view, levels for to view, notes of... And Chinese, okay, and... Yeah, great thing. Okay, so that's it, folks. So, for today, that was it. We made some critical improvements and checks on the character design. We got a bit warmed up, long run practice of drawing. I want to recover drawing as a life thing, right? Even if hobby, but doesn't matter. It's like it's very important for world building design, so I need to keep this how do I say, the fuel, right? And yeah, so I say much better character. Now this looks good, so even if I drew that in the digital medium, it pays off to train. So that's it, folks. That is, thanks for watching. Take care. Happy Blender. Have a nice weekend, and see ya another day. Yeah.